Let's move on to the next article of this chapter, Lost Spring. I want to drive a car. Now, in this, the main character is Mukesh. Mukesh insists on being his own master. I will be a motor mechanic, he announces. So, Mukesh, he wants to be a motor mechanic, he announces. Do you know anything about cars? I ask. So, the author happens to meet Mukesh, and Mukesh tells the author, Ains Jung, that I want to be a motor mechanic. I will learn to drive a car, he answers, looking straight into my eyes. His dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his town, Firozabad, famous for his bangles. So basically, Mukesh lives in Firozabad, which is very famous for bangle making. And his dream, not to sell the bangles, not to make the bangles, but to become a motor mechanic, is like a mirage. And what do you mean by mirage? It is like an illusion. Mirage means an illusion, a shadow. Mirage is basically a shadow, an illusion in the middle of the dust of streets that fill his town, Firozabad, famous for its bangles. Every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry, where families have spent generations working around furnaces, welding glass, making bangles for all the women in the land, it seems. So basically, the author is telling us that Mukesh belongs to Firozabad, and Firozabad is famous for making bangles. Here, people have spent generations working around furnaces. What is a furnace? A furnace is an enclosed structure in which heat is produced for reducing ores. So basically, it is an enclosed structure in which heat is produced, that is known as furnace. So in furnace, welding of glass is done, making of bangles is done, and it is done for all the women in the land, it seems. Mukesh's family is among them. None of them know that it is illegal for children like him to work in the glass furnaces with high temperatures in dingy cells without air and light. That the law, if enforced, could get him and all those 20,000 children out of hot furnaces where they slog their daylight hours, often losing the brightness of their eyes. So basically, all the children of Firozabad, in fact, all the poverty stricken children of Firozabad, including Mukesh, works in this type of furnace, and their families, they do not know that it is not legal that these children are working in these furnaces, in these hot furnaces, and they are working in these furnaces where there are high temperatures which are maintained, and without the cells are very dingy. Dingy means they are dark and dirty without any air and light. It is not allowed that children should work in these type of places, and if law is enforced someday, then all these 20,000 children will be out of the hot furnaces where they slog, where they work hard during daylight hours, and they often lose the brightness of their eyes by working in these type of furnaces for making bangles. Okay, I hope this is clear to everybody. Okay, Mukesh's eyes beam as he volunteers to take me home, which he proudly says is being rebuilt. We walk down hovels with crumbling walls, wobbly doors, no windows, crowded with families of humans and animals coexisting in a primeval period. Primeval state, sorry. So wobbly means shaky, and volunteers means people who offer themselves, and hovels means dirty houses that are unfit to live in. So the author says that we walk down stinking lanes, that is smelly lanes, choked with garbage, blocked with garbage, past homes that remain crowded with families of humans, past homes that remain hovels with crumbling walls. Their hovels are dark, dirty homes that are unfit to live, crumbling walls, falling walls, wobbly doors, again wobbly means shaky doors, no windows, crowded with families of humans and animals coexisting in a primeval state. He stops at the door of one such house bangs a wobbly iron door with his foot and pushes it open. We enter a half built shack. Now, what is a shack? Shack is a small building usually made up of wood or steel. If one part of it, thatched with dead grass, is a firewood stove over which sits a large vessel of sizzling spinach leaves. On the ground, in large aluminium platters, are more chopped vegetables. So when the author enters this shack, she finds that there is a firewood stove over which a vessel is kept, and the spinach leaves are sizzling. They are boiling basically in that vessel. And on the ground, a large platter is a large plate for serving food. Aluminium plate is kept where other chopped vegetables are put in that platter. A frail young woman is cooking. What do you mean by frail? Which was physically weak and thin. A frail young woman is cooking the evening meal for the whole family. Through eyes filled with smoke, she smiles. She's the wife of Mukesh's elder brother. Not much older in years, she has begun to command respect as the Bahu. So she is very young in age, but she has started commanding respect as a Bahu, the daughter-in-law of the house, already in charge of 3 men, her husband, Mukesh, and their father. When the older man enters, she gently withdraws behind the broken wall and brings her veil closer to her. Veil is the thing which you are wearing, that is the dupatta or something to cover the head, brings veil closer to her face. As custom demanded, daughters-in-law must veil their faces. Veil is basically a ghungat. Veil their faces before male elders. In this case, the elder is an impoverished. What do you mean by impoverished? Very poor and without money bangle maker. Despite long years of hard labor, first as a tailor, then as a bangle maker, he has failed to renovate a house, send his 2 sons to school. All he has managed to do is teach them what he knows, the art of making bangles. So basically, it's written, the author tells us that his father-in-law, that is father of Mukesh, is an impoverished, means very poor bangle maker, and he had worked very hard in these long years, first as a tailor and then as a bangle maker, but he could not earn that much money that he could renovate his house and send his 2 sons in school. What he has done is that he has managed to teach them what he knows, that is the art of making bangles.